another edition of Sit with Sam. And today on our hotel shelf, we have a very special guest, Annabel Rolley, PGA golfer. She's in the media, she's out doing workshops and training, mother, and so much more. I am so excited to have this chat with Annabel, and you guys are going to learn so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Sam. I'm excited for our chat.
Enjoying the time we're spending in this hotel room that looks like a studio.
Certainly does. Very professional.
Annabel, you stood out to me from the moment Paul Sheehan shared your account in terms of, on Instagram, in terms of your content, just your activity, like obviously you're playing golf and so much more. Why did you choose social media to put your own brand out there? Like, for what purpose?
Well, mainly for exposing both myself as a brand, but also the bigger picture is the game of golf. And it's just really important to me to expose the game so that people can enjoy it as much as I do. And with social media, you have this incredible space to reach everybody around the globe that is interested. So it's an incredible opportunity that everybody has. So gone are the days of being a television personality or somebody famous. You can get your own fame, a little slice of Instagram. So it's a powerful tool, and I've just chosen to use it because I think I have an important message. And I've been very pleasantly surprised at how people are interested and engaged, and with that gives me more confidence in delivering my message.
You're obviously you're a busy mom, you're juggling so many things. How do you manage to take big steps forward? Because I followed you probably 7 months ago, and I'm just seeing you power forwards within the social media space, but all the other stuff that you're doing offline. How do you manage it all?
Oh, it's a very tricky balancing act, but I think it goes back to the old saying, give a busy man a job. So it seems that the more you take on, the more you can juggle, and I just find that I want a life that's very full, and there's all these attributes that give me pleasure, and I want to expose that to the world. So yes, I'm busy with my daughter Lucy and my family life. And then I have my golf, which I'm dedicated to helping others and bringing other people to the game and exposing the sport. And then all my fitness stuff, which I absolutely love. I'm always trying to be as fit as I possibly can because I think that leads to a happier life. So yeah, there's a lot of areas and travel and all of that sort of stuff. And I think that it's nice to be able to show people what I'm up to, and it's very flattering to receive their interest, and it's a bit of a two-way street.
Yep.
And I just love it.
You're obviously really confident in terms of who you are and what you stand for. Could you share with us some of your values in terms of your family and when you put yourself out on social?
Yeah, I think mainly they stem around honesty, integrity, trustworthiness. I find that a lot of my confidence just comes from being real, because it's something I value in other people. When I meet them, that's something that I feel like I can read and tap into, and I love when people are just organic. It doesn't matter what they're like, whether they're gregarious and bubbly and vivacious like yourself, or whether they're more more reserved. People are interesting no matter what they are. So I think it's just about being yourself.
Yep.
And I think, I've just sort of had that ingrained in me probably from a young age. It might be a family influence, maybe it's a primary school influence, but for as long as I can remember, I sort of know that it's okay to just be me.
Yep. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And in our other interview a little bit earlier on, we were just discussing when we put content out, a lot of people really focusing on the likes. With that whole change with Instagram now hiding them, do you think that's a good thing?
I think it's a great thing, because the likes is just a numerical thing, and it doesn't really mean much in terms of the message that you're trying to get across. How many people happen to tap it twice is a bit irrelevant. I mean, some people might just never like anything, but they're engaged and they're watching it. Mm-hmm. So I don't think the likes are important, and I'm happy to see them go, to be honest, because I think there were a lot of problems, particularly with the younger younger, kids out there. It's there's already enough pressure on people in this modern world.
Yeah,
it's not an easy place. So I think it's better that we do something about it and we look after each other. And I think getting rid of the likes is a pretty good start with social media.
Bringing it back to, I suppose, success. Like you're already successful. What does that mean to you? Like on and offline, what does that look like?
So online, it certainly means getting more people to play golf. That's what my whole ambition is. It's golf's a sport that I love dearly, and it's given me so much travel, work, friendships, relationships, young and old. I've managed to meet all sorts of famous people. I've worked for Donald Trump. I've taught Bill Clinton. I've met so many people through golf, and it's given me so much. So I feel responsible for, for just encouraging young people, old people, anyone that I can get interested to play the great game that it is.
Right. I spoke to Mariana Tule last week about basketball, and I was like, right, I'm going to give it a go. And now I'm like itching to do some golf.
Golf, there you go.
Yeah,
well,
and the attire that goes with it as well. Obviously, you have to get the part too to some degree.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's lots of cute clothes and outfits out there, so that's all part of it as well.
Cool. What does you just shared with what success looks like?
Yes.
You would have had, I would imagine, this journey of ups and downs because you're putting yourself out there and you're learning along the way. How have you built up your resilience? What are some of the things that you tell yourself, or do you choose to spend time with other people to help you push through that?
Yeah, I do talk to and lean on support people quite a lot, mainly my husband and my family, my brothers and sisters, and I think communicating what you're going through and getting some feedback and some support is important. But yeah, it's certainly been a lot of peaks and troughs. And I think I have a lot of drive, again, I think it's something that's instilled in me from a young age. I come from a family of high achievers and particularly women that want to have careers and so I think that is something that's sort of a bit inbuilt in me.
Yeah.
But I'm always looking to develop myself, and even at this stage with my qualifications, my university degree and my PGA membership, I'm still thinking of further education, because I think that learning and information that you can take on board is always helpful for whatever the next little journey is.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that's really been key in my experience, has just been a continual self-growth and development and developing my skill set. That's always been really important to me. So that's one thing. And then, certainly my family have always supported me. I don't think I could have achieved what I have or even done, lots of things that I've done without the family that I have.
Yeah.
My grandmother was really instrumental, and so is my mother. And I think it's amazing what women can do today. I think back to my grandmother's era, and she was one of 6 at the University of Queensland in the science and engineering faculty.
Oh, wow.
And it was very unusual back then for women to be pursuing careers. And today, I think I don't know about science and engineering, but certainly the medical faculty is more females than men. So those high intensity jobs are, women's roles now, which is fantastic.
We were just saying earlier as well, because we're both mums and we're both hustling all the time. That whole, I suppose, that female tribe, just, when you bring females together, with respect to the guys too though.
Yes,
you've just got so much momentum and support around you.
Oh, absolutely. And that's needed. I look for that, in all areas of my life. It's not certainly not a case of doing it all on your own.
Yeah.
You need people around you that are supporting you and telling you that you can do whatever you want to do. Just it's aiming high, and it's the world's your oyster.
Yeah.
So you've just got to believe it.
Agree. It does come down to belief, doesn't it? And definitely the people around you, fanning your flames.
Yeah.
I've had I think we all have. We've had like those negative people that come in and out of your life, and I don't know about you, but I've certainly noticed that that's kind of held me back a bit.
Yeah.
I've been a little bit more self-doubtful about taking a next step in maybe a new opportunity that's opened up.
Yep.
A bit unsure of myself. So.
Yeah, 100%. Some of those lessons with people or failures are really important as well, though.
Yeah.
Some of the times, there's been for me plenty of failures along the way and low points and self-doubt, and you think, oh, can I do this? But they're the times that you grow the most, I've found. So those failures have been just as important as some of the successes that I've had. Yeah.
Totally agree there. Keep making mistakes, guys, but not the same ones.
Yeah.
What are you reading at the moment or listening to?
I wish more than I was, than I actually am.
Or if you could think back to one podcast or book that you read that you learned something from that's really helped you to where you are today. I
don't know about helped me. I love reading.
Yeah.
I like reading biographies. So I don't know, I like reading about people that do amazing things. So I don't know if it's helped me as such, but it's inspired me. So one that I'm still trying to get through is Elon Musk's book. Oh, yeah. So that's by my bed at the moment. But I've read lots of biographies, and I particularly love sports people as well. So I read them more for inspiration than help. So I find that everyone's on such an individual pathway. So I kind of focus on my pathway, but I grab things from other people that might inspire me. And when you read something and you see that somebody's achieved something remarkable, and you just have that moment where you realise that anything's possible.
Yeah.
As long as you're focused and you know what you want, and it happens all the time. So why can't it happen to me or you or whoever?
Oh, I love that. I love that. And that's so important about being focused. So I'd like my last question, just to wrap it up, would be, you've had huge success in social with your personal brand and your following and your engagement and where you're going next. Is there like a few things that you could just share with the viewers that could help them take that next step if they are focused on their own personal brand?
Yeah, so with the personal brand, for me, a lot of it comes down to committing to do the posts and regularly doing them. So it's that consistency, because you're essentially building a rapport with somebody. Just because it's online, it's just like, today, us, having a chat, putting in a little bit of time and effort goes a long way, and your followers will sense that and gravitate towards you more and your message more. So that's certainly one thing. I think that people should be a bit more forward with self-promotion.
Yes, hell yes, I'm all about that.
Yeah, I know people feel vulnerable and exposed, but the truth is, as I mentioned earlier, people really love organic people and people that are just real. So it doesn't really matter what you're doing, as long as you're showing them, that you're there and you're interested and you're trying to engage, and they will in turn engage back with you, and then that's how it all starts, and then you get the snowball. But it takes time, and it takes commitment, and it takes thought and effort, and it's something that's like a slow burn. If you've just put in a bit of time, anything can happen. It's possible.
Building your patience muscle up there.
Yeah.
Many people don't have that these days.
That's right.
Including myself sometimes, but I'm working on it. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Sam.
To the Hyatt Regency, live from Sydney. Well, not technically live while you're watching this, but thank you. Follow Annabel. It's incredible what you can learn from her, even with myself in the short space of time. So thank you again.
Thank you, Sam. It's been my pleasure.
Bye for now.
Bye.